Alright folks, welcome back to the next episode of Math4Bronx. Folks, welcome back to the next lecture of Math4Bronx. Today we're going to check out how to complete the square for x squared plus 10x equals 39. So how do we get started with this completing the square problem? Well, what is x squared? X squared is literally a square with side lengths x and x. Okay, what about 10x? Well, 10x is a rectangle. It doesn't have to be a square, but it's a rectangle with side lengths of, well, you guessed it, 10 and x. And finally, what's 39? Well, 39 is kind of rectangle with area 39. So when you add x squared to 10x, you're going to get 39. And how is this x squared? Well, it's because x times x is x squared. How is this 10x? Well, it's because 10 times x is 10x. And this is just 39 by definition. Okay, so how do we add these up to get 39? How do we solve for x? Well, what I'm going to do might seem kind of weird, but I'm going to chop this 10x in half. Okay, I'm going to break this 10x into two pieces. Well, it's going to become half of what it used to be. Instead of 10, I'd have a side length of 5. And instead of 10 here, I'd have another side length of 5. But of course, my widths would stay the same. And now check out what I can do. I can take these two rectangles, each which have area of 5x, and I can rewrite them algebraically. And how can I rewrite them algebraically? Well, I can break this 10x up into what? Well, instead of 10x, I've basically cut this 10x up into 5x and 5x. That's what this geometrically looks like. Algebraically, I've just broken up the 10x into two pieces of 5x. But I can go a step further. And what step further is that? Well, I can take this 5x and attach it onto this square right here. I can take this 5x and bring it over to this x squared over here. So take this 5x, bring it over, attach it to this square. Okay, so I'm left with a square or rectangle of area 5x. Okay, and I can take this 5x, I can turn it around. I can turn this 5x around. Do you see that? Take this 5x, turn it around, turn it around, turn it around so that it fits on perfectly with this rectangle right here. So I'm left with another rectangle over here. It has a side length of x and a width of 5, so that we're left with 5x on the inside. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. Okay, and now to complete the square, what do we have to do? Do you see it? What do we have to do to literally complete the square? Well, hopefully you can see what I want to do. I want to add something here that would make this whole thing a square. And what would I have to add? Well, check it out. I'd have to add 5 times 5. And what's 5 times 5? Well, that's just 25. And so if I add 25 here, what do I have to do to the other side? What do I have to add to the other side? Well, I have to add 25 over here as well. Well, now you might be thinking, okay, but what are you doing algebraically? Well, let me show you what I'm doing algebraically. What I'm doing algebraically is, first thing I did, break up this 10x into 5x and 5x. But next thing I did, I added 25 to both sides. I added 25 to both sides. And so what does this look like algebraically? This looks like x squared plus 5x plus 5x plus 25 is equal to 39 plus 25. Okay, so hopefully that's visible. And you might be thinking, hey, where did the 25 come from? Well, it came from here when I added it to both sides. And now the final thing I can do is just complete the square, right? What does this become? Well, this is just what? This, on the left hand side, we have x plus 5 whole squared, right? Okay, what does this become? It becomes x plus 5 squared. And on the right hand side, we have 39 plus 25, which is 64. And so what is x? You can just solve this pretty easily. X plus 5 is plus minus 8. And so x is equal to minus 5 plus minus 8. And that's going to give you minus 13 and 3. And those are the two solutions to x. That's how you complete the square for this particular problem. And hopefully that gives you a deeper insight into how to complete the square geometrically. Thanks for watching this lecture of Math4Bronx, and we'll check you out next time.
Embedded plus MKO plus scaffolding equals learning. We believe anyone can learn anything. That's why our motto is memorization is a crime. And that's why we partnered with Brilliant.
Brilliant transforms math and science into hands-on activities so that you too can understand everything from first grade math to E equals MC squared. Barry Science Lab and Brilliant is your MKO, and will give you the scaffolding to expand your ZPD until you become the next Sir Isaac Newton or Albert Einstein.
Visit brilliant.org/Barry Science Lab today. And the first 50 of you to use that link will get a 20% discount on the Brilliant annual subscription.
Don't forget that you too can become the next Einstein. So let's fall in love with math and science.